And away we go. More coverage here on ekartingnews.com. Those of you joining us live, we're thrilled to have you with us. This event and this coverage brought to you by Karting Coach. Nash Motorsports sponsored Rotax Senior getting set to go. 28 drivers. It'll be Jose Ruiz and McKenna Carey on row 14. Pierre-Paul Baradat and Chris Mann on row 13. Nikita Stoshkin, and Jared Hyam on row number 12. Ryan Martin and Marco Eakins on row 11. Row 10, 19th and 20th, Walker Hess alongside Haley Groff. Row 9, Josh Kurtz and Parker McKean. Row 8, Alex Keys and Jim McKinney. Row 7, Chance Stevens alongside Bryce Choker. Row 6, Luke Selican in the 303 and Derek Wang in the 388. Into the top 10 now is Jonathan May on the outside, Louis Pagano on the inside. Row 4, Jake Craig and Philippe Dennis. Row 3, Carly Taylor, great starting spot for Carly. She'll start alongside Cedric Lupien, yesterday's winner. Row 2, Christian Brooks, top rookie driver in the senior category. And on the inside, rookie from last year, sophomore this year, Blaine Rocha. Front row, Mason Murata on the outside, Brendan Baker on the inside. Drivers in their staging lanes. Green, green, green. Is this going to be a Brendan Baker walk away, or will it be a cage match? We'll see coming out of turn 1. Not too bad. Rocha with a move to the inside. He'll take over the lead. Baker jumps into second. Away we go. A couple drivers spinning further back, getting themselves righted and back underway. Rocha gets unceremoniously dusted off the racetrack. This allows, I want to say, I figure who that is. That might be Selican, actually, who's been able to work his way out there. No way. We'll see when they come back around here. Got to pick up the right numbers here. Obviously, new graphics, new numbers for everybody. We'll try to pick them up as they work their way around. Down the back chute. Slide job deep in the field. Here comes Lupien. That's Dennis. Philippe Dennis in the 398. The new cosmic graphics caught me off a little bit. Dennis into the lead. Loopy into second. Baker goes third. Murata now up into the 4th spot. 6 driver breakaway early. Baker to the inside of Loopy and book it over in turn number 4. Dennis still leads. Loopy and getting aggressive on the rear bumper of Baker. Aggressive racing for sure. That's Senior Max for you here. Nash Motorsports, the sponsor. Again, big thanks to Karting Coach, the sponsor of the broadcast. Here comes Baker to the inside. Book it into turn number 11. He's through. Lupien comes with them, as does Pagano. Philippe Dennis back into 4th spot. Murata in 5th. Slide job. Murata goes by Dennis. He's up into 4th. 6th place is the 321 of Rocha. Rocha now dive bombing to the inside of Dennis. Rocha holds on to 5th position. Dennis in 6th. 7th now is Brooks. Craig goes up into 8th in the Formula K. Jake Craig to 8th. 4-driver breakaway. The next group being led, I believe, now by Rocha. Here they come. Baker now going to go to the inside to take the position back from Lupien. Baker, your leader. Lupien second. Pagano and Murata, your lead group. Someone looped off at the end of the straightaway. We just lost someone off the end of the front straight. Might have lost one of our top drivers. Somebody in the top 10 off at the end of the front chute. I'll try to get that name. Baker back to the front. He's been one of the top drivers all weekend long. Brendan Baker. A little trouble in that last race yesterday. He's going to try to turn things up in a big way here today. Wants that victory. Baker leads Lupien. Murata third. Pagano fourth. That was Alex Keys, we're being told, off over in turn number 1. There goes Lupien back to the inside of Baker. Cedric Lupien, winner yesterday, back to the front of the pack here today. Christian Brooks for a second back to the lead of the next group, but through comes Rocha again. Look at Murata starting to get aggressive. Mason Murata in number 300. The Ryan Perry Motorsports Tony Kart trying to find a way by into second. Rocha leads the next group. Rocha, Craig, right there. Then Dennis and Brooks. Cedric Lupien, motivated by a victory yesterday, holding on to the top spot. Craig now by. Jake Craig into fifth as he's able to slip past Blaine Rocha. The Formula K starting to come alive early on. 25 lapper, remember, a long distance run here. But the Formula K of Craig just starting to work its way forward. He's got Pagano in front of him. Murata able to get by Baker as well, so Mason Murata in the 300 up into second. Luke Selican in the 303, finally starting to work his way up here. Selican now up into the 9th position. Craig, though, fast lap of the race, he's moving. Jake Craig's coming in the Formula K. Look at how close it is up front here. I want to say the top 15 drivers essentially nose to tail. And this track lends itself to such great racing, so many passing opportunities. Baker trying to get on the rear bumper of Murata to make sure Lupien doesn't get away. Craig now starting to plan to move by Pagano as they work their way down into one. There goes Murata to the inside. Book it. He's through. Murata takes the lead. Lupien gets shuffled back. Lupien trying to go to the inside of Pagano as well. Pagano trying to get it. No, Lupien back into third. Pagano right there. He'll go to the inside of turn 4. Pagano! He's through as well. Pagano to P3. And all this action, stacking him up right behind. Craig runs in 5th. Brooks in 6th. Rocha 7th. Great racing here in senior. Exactly what we expected when we looked at the lineup. Murata and Baker trying to pull away. Pagano goes to 3rd. Selican and Rocha have now hooked up. Not for long. Oh, no, that's a great move for Brooks by Craig. Christian Brooks slides by Jake Craig. That's for 5th. Rocha and Selican now trying to work their way by Lupien, I believe. The two Rollison Performance Group drivers, top juniors 2 years ago, rookie seniors in 2014, looking to shine in their sophomore programs. Murata, Baker, 1-2, Pagano, and Lupien, 3-4. 5th is now Brooks. 6th is Craig. 7th in the order is Selican. 8th, Rocha. 9th, Dennis. 10th is Carly Taylor. And Bryce Choker now up into 11th. Choker into 11th position. Trying to work his way forward into the top 10. Top 12 drivers in a pretty solid little battle right now. Choker able to get by. He and I want to say Jonathan May really having it out here right now with Rocha. Rocha gets manhandled a bit coming out of turn number 12 by Choker, but Choker now into 10th. Murata and Baker trying to stretch away. Folks, if you haven't gone down to pick up a hat yet, make sure you do it. Hats and T-shirts for the Challenge of the Americas available down in the pavilion. $20 for one, $35 for two, $50 for three. Challenge of the Americas hats and T-shirts. Mason Murata leading him again down the back straightaway into 300. Four drivers in the lead group here now. Brooks trying to get up there with them. It's Murata, Baker, Pagano, and Lupien. Christian Brooks kind of in the middle there. Maybe 6/10 behind, but another 6/10 in front of Luke Selican. That's 5th and 6th. 7th is Jake Craig. 8th is Philippe Dennis. 9th, I believe, Carly Taylor. And 10th now, Jonathan May, as May's been able to get back in front of Bryce Choker. The more they stack it up, the more the Brooks is able to slowly inch closer. Same goes for Selican. New leader as Baker goes down the inside of turn number 1. Baker now decides it's time to go to the front. He gets by Murata. Now, is that Tony Kart just starting to come together? No, here comes Murata back to the inside. Not quite enough in turn 5. Pagano in the 2 Wild Tony Kart. Just chilling out there in 3rd spot. Yeah, Baker's starting to stretch away a bit out front. Brandon Baker starting to flex his muscles a little bit. 4/10 of a second the advantage last time by, and they're going to start racing behind him. Pagano drops a wheel coming out of the corner, turn 1. Lupien's through. Cedric Lupien now into 3rd. Pagano goes back to 4th. Christian Brooks now by Pagano. He goes into the 4th position. What a stellar drive today by Christian Brooks. His essentially debut in the senior category, and he is running in the 4th position. Some top talent all around him as well. Brooks 4th, Pagano 5th, Selican 6th, Craig 7th, Taylor 8th, Dennis 9th, and 10th. 10th is Jonathan May. Bryce Choker off the track coming out of turn number 12. He continues, but it will be a weekend to forget for Bryce Choker. Brandon Baker now with a bit of an advantage, probably about 4/10 of a second from Murata, but that just means so much in terms of being able to focus forward. Doesn't need to think about them closing on him. Head down coming into turn number 11. Doesn't have to defend. Able to run that full, wide open race line. Baker looking very good in the 325. Baker, Murata, Lupien, Pagano, and Brooks, your top 5. Selican, Craig, Taylor, Dennis, and May, top 10. Blaine Rocha now runs 11th. Jim McKinney in 12th. Parker McKean in 13th. Derek Wang 14th. And Chance Stevens now into the 15th spot. Choker will bring his car into pit lane this time by. That'll be it for his weekend here in Tucson. He'll put that behind him and try to look forward to Phoenix. Man, Baker just stretching away. Pagano's been able to get back around Christian Brooks for fourth. So Pagano to fourth, Brooks to fifth. Selican now runs sixth. Seventh is Craig. Great run for Carly Taylor up into eighth spot. With Baker stretching away, second, third really have got themselves a bit of an advantage too. Murata second, Lupi in third. They got about 3/10 on Pagano. Let's have a little look at some lap times here with 8 laps remaining. Baker, his quickest, a 51.083. Fastest lap time we've seen, though, I believe, a 50.993 for Louis Pagano. Yeah, it looks like Pagano with the quickest lap of the race so far, running in fourth. That was back on lap number 10. Good fight outside the top 10 as well. Blaine Rocha now into a good little dice here with Jim McKinney as he's trying to track down Jonathan May as well. McKinney just turned his fastest lap of 51.381 in the number 319, closing to within 2/10 of Rocha. Six laps to go now. The advantage 1.3 seconds for Brendan Baker. With a fight behind him, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. All covered by probably, I want to say, just a second. Indeed, 1.3 back is Murata, 2.3 back is Craig. 1 second separating second back to seventh. We don't know who's going to be on the podium, I guarantee you that. We'll see what happens over the next 5 laps. Baker, though, looking good out front. He was challenged early, but stepped to the forefront on lap 14 when he laid down his best lap of 51.083. Was able to start pulling away from Mason Murata, and Baker now in good shape. 5 laps to go this time by. Louis Pagano able to get to third spot. Both he and Brooks get by Lupian. So Pagano up to third spot. Here's another pass further back. Lupian's going to lose a position here. I believe that's Selican going through. Selican by Lupian. Craig looking to do the same. Baker stretching away, just reset his fast time of 51.057. Pagano still with the fast lap of the race, but he's now up into third, starting to put some pressure on Mason Murata. Lupian trying to find a way back by Selican. He'll go by the inside of turn number 1. Selican tries to spool it back up. Whoa, slower car checks up right in front of Baker. That was close. That could have been a gnarly incident. That driver's got to get out of the way. You don't want to affect anybody else's race. If you're a back marker, do what you can. If you're having a rough day, just either pull off the track or at least get out of the way to let the leaders go by. Here comes, I believe, a battle for third. Brooks trying to get back by Pagano. Baker able to avoid the issue there with the lap car. He remains on the racetrack. That's the 324 of Jose Ruiz. Needs to stay out of the way. Murad has been able to stretch a bit of an advantage over Pagano here to give him a little breathing room. Jake Craig now able to get by Lupien as well. That was the battle for sixth position. So Craig up to sixth. Thinking of that championship run, the ticket to go to the Worlds on the line here. Remember, Craig on the podium yesterday would like to get a top 5 or a top 6 here. It's about getting as many points as you possibly can. 2 laps remaining this time by. 1.6 seconds the advantage for Baker. He's got this thing handled, but who's going to finish second, third? We don't know yet. Let's see. Brooks able to get by Pagano. Christian Brooks now into third. See if he's got anything for Murata. Pagano couldn't get the job done. Let's see if Brooks able to go by. The rookie having a great race here on Sunday in Tucson. Christian Brooks, a star of the junior categories over the last couple of years. The calculated move to senior here in 2015. He's asking everything he can from that car. White flag going to fly this time by for Brendan Baker. Brooks got the head down. He's hopping. He's trying to see if he can't get a little closer. Thinking about that pass. They're either into 4 or at the end of the back chute. 2 of the primary passing opportunities. Not able to get it done in 1. Doesn't get a really good run through 4 or 2-3. Close enough, though. Dives to the inside. Brooks, book it. He's through. Didn't get the best run. Here comes Pagano to the inside of Murata as well. Murata crisscrosses him. He'll get back to the inside coming out of the turn 5. Double right into the S's. Brooks into second. What a great pass. He did not get a good run through 2 and 3, but dove it into 4 anyway. Brooks asking for a little more into turn 11. He's got him coming through. Let's see if Murata tries to crisscross. No, Baker with the victory. Brooks second. Murata third. Pagano fourth. Selican fifth. Craig sixth. Lupien seventh. Taylor eighth. Ninth is Philippe Dennis. And 10th is Jonathan May. Great victory for Brendan Baker. And they're all coming together around the racetrack here, high-fiving each other. What a run for Brendan Baker. He ends up scoring the victory by 2.5 seconds. He was able to stretch away, which allowed us to look back at the amazing battle for second. A great drive for the young rookie senior pilot Christian Brooks in the number 344 as he takes the victory. Rather, the second place finish, second step on the podium for Brooks. And Mason Murata holds on for a third place finish. Murata, Brooks, and Baker will be on the podium in our presentation following the racing today. Louis Pagano comes home in fourth. Luke Selick in fifth. Jake Craig in the sixth spot. Cedric Lupien, yesterday's winner, now in seventh. Carly Taylor, Philippe Dennis, and Jonathan May. It was a Baker victory. We wondered if he was going to be able to pull away or if it was going to be a bit of a cage match. We got a bit of both. Cage match for the first couple of laps, a Baker walk away at the end, and then some hardcore senior racing for the final 2 positions on the podium. Once again, Brendan Baker, your victor here in Rotax Senior.